Hey everyone, welcome back to Automate with Amit. In 2026, if you want to become an SDET and looking for the resources, how and what should I learn in order to become an SDET, then this video is going to be really helpful for you. In this video, we are going to cover about programming fundamentals. Basically, at the end of the video, you are going to understand how much programming language is enough for you. If you are a fresher, you will understand how much is enough for interviews or what you should be prepared so that you don't over prepare yourself, and also learn the programming language. Programming languages are so huge, so it is always a confusion to understand how much is good to learn and how much is is advanced and I can learn later on also. And this video is video number 4 in the SDET roadmap series, where I am covering end to end what different things you should be learning in order to become an SDET or automation testers. So I have prepared another 3 videos where I had talked about SDET mindsets. So what mindset any SDET should have. Second video was related to the skill map, basically what different things you should be learning in order to crack any interview. Third thing was related to testing fundamentals, and this video is related to programming fundamentals, and other videos are also in line. So if you haven't subscribed my channel and you want to become an SDET, then this video series and the channel is going to be really helpful, so you can consider subscribing the channel. And without wasting any time, let's get on the screen. Okay, so now over here, this is programming fundamentals, and by the end of this video, you will stop feeling scared of programming, know exactly which language to choose, understand how much depth is required, and you will also understand which programming language is good for you. So let's get on the first question, which is very obvious in everyone's mind: why programming is mandatory for SDETs? So basically, if you whether you believe it or not, manual only testing roles are shrinking. If you don't know any programming language and you don't know solving the real time challenges or process related things with programming, then it is very hard to survive in the testing roles or in the tech industry itself. Now testing roles also demand to have technical skill, so manual only testing is shrinking, but at the same time it is very important to have testing fundamentals, which I have talked about in my previous video, so you can watch that video also. Now, automation without programming is not sustainable, because you are going to automate, so programming is very important. So that's why it is very important to understand how programming works, how code works, how logic works. So you are going to write automation related utilities, design automation frameworks, debug failures. So basically, if somebody else has written some piece of code, so you should be understanding how to resolve any errors, read developers code, as and when it's required. You also should be understanding what developers have written, working with APIs, databases, and improve test stability, right? So all of this requires programming fundamentals, and that's why it is very important in SDET role to understand how programming works, how code works, and logic works. Now, if I talk about which programming language should you choose, then if you go in the if you search for the job opportunities, Java is market leader, and you will figure out that there are more and more Java related opportunities than Python, JavaScript, and C#. But having said that, Python is also nowadays it's very popular due to AI and all. So if you are going with Java and you are seeing that you had ever learned Java, then I would suggest you to go into deep and learn more logic. So you should be good in logic building. So if you are choosing Java, then Java is little I would say difficult, and if you are learning programming for the first time, then Python is more easy to learn you can learn faster. Simple syntax is there in Python, and later on you can also use Python for AI and automation related stuff. So Python is easy to learn. If you are learning for the very first time, then I would suggest and recommend you to have Python in your skills. But and later on you can also learn Java. So you can start with Java, but if you are if you are learning by yourself, Python is more easy to learn. Now going ahead, you must choose one language, and you can go deeper and understand, and later on if you want you can choose another language also. That's no problem at all. Now the next question which comes is, how much programming is enough for an SDET? Okay, it is very obvious, because you don't need advanced data structure and algorithms. You don't need trees, graphs, heaps, dynamic programmings. All these concepts you are not required to learn in SDET. Competitive coding or complex algorithm related things, it's not required. But what you need is, you should be comfortable in writing logic without any fear, and understanding how classes interact, ability to read existing code. It is very important, because you are not always going to write your own code. You are also required to learn and read others code also. So it is very important to understand the existing code, debug any errors. So if any any issue is coming into the code is not running and all, then you should be able to understand what is the problem and able to solve that. Ability to write reusable utilities, ability to structure automation cleanly. So all of these things is required. And also, going forward, if you have more and more experience in SDET, then you should be able to build smaller utilities, utility classes, handle collections, parse data, working with date, time, debug, stack trace. So basically, if any issue is coming and you are getting huge stack traces of errors, then you should be able to understand what it is saying, what problem it is showing, writing clean functions and all. So basically, these all things you are going to understand. You don't need very advanced DSA, competitive coding and all, but you should be understanding logic, reading existing codes, and writing cleaner and logical code. Now moving ahead, core programming concepts every SDET must learn. So see, there are how much is enough for you. So there are 4 very core programming concepts that if you are starting with, you should be understanding. Now some of the basic concepts are there. You should be understanding variable data types, conditions, if, else or switch, loops. You should be understanding functions and methods. You are required, input parameters, return types, basic debugging. So debugging simply means you are going to resolve any issues. Okay. Now second thing is which is very, very important, and if you are going for fresher level interviews, then object oriented programming is very, very important. You should be understanding classes and object, constructors, all the pillars of object oriented programming, which are encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism and abstraction. Now so you should be able to understand how object oriented programming works. You are going to write code in class object format. So it is very important to write code in class object format, and where you are following object oriented programming. Now moving ahead, some practical programming concepts which are very, very important, and these are automation focused. When you are writing automation code, it is very, very handy. So exception handling is one of the very key concept you should be understanding. Collections, so list, set, map and dictionary, all of these things. String manipulation is very important. You should be understanding how to remove, replace and all the manipulations which you are going to do in on the strings. File handling, date, time, basic JSON handling. So JSON is a type of data structure which you should be understanding and handling. Reading configuration related files, logging basics. So all of these things you should be understanding. Basically, if you learn all of this, do practice, then it's more than enough, I would say. Now, which language is specific for what is language is specific for SDET? So basically, if you choose Java, then you should be aware about collection frameworks, collection framework in which array list, hash map and hash set. You need not to learn more than this. Hash map if you are learning, hash set, that's it. You need not to learn tree set, tree map and all those things. It's not required. Understanding of interfaces, basic understanding of generics. Generics is kind of, I would say, a little advanced thing, but if you know a little bit, then it's good. It's a very advanced thing, generics, by the way. So Maven, you should be understanding how Maven works, exception hierarchy, object-oriented implementation. As I said, basic multi-threading awareness, not very deep, but you should be understanding what is threading and multi-threading things. So if you are aware about the concept, that's it. You don't need complex concurrency related things, advanced memory management, compiler level knowledge. All of these things are not required. And even in this also, whatever I had written over here, you need not to understand or you need not to go in very deep in generics and multi-threading also. So if you know, that's fine, that's good, but no need as such to go into deep. So now if you choose Python, then you should be comfortable with lists, sets and dictionaries, list comprehensions, functions, virtual environments, exception handling. Over here also working with JSON, basic package management. Here also you don't need all of these high level programming, which is deep meta programming, advanced sync, async things. So all of these things are not required. Now from a fresher's perspective, what is bare minimum for interviews? If you confidently able to explain object oriented programming with example, as I said, you should be able to write program in object oriented way. Write a loop without hesitation, remove duplicates, or count frequency, handle exceptions, explain how you would structure automation. So all of these things, if you are able to explain, I think that's more than enough. You should be able to explain the logic part in the program. How would you explain any logic? That is very important for any fresher. So interviewers basically look for clarity, logic, and if any error is there, then whether are you able to understand those error and able to resolve or not. So those things, if you are able to understand and explain in the interviews, that's more than enough. Okay, so now common mistakes, jumping between Java and Python. These are some of the very common mistakes. People, sometimes they start with Java and jump on Python, or they start with Python, they jump on Java. Don't do this mistake. Go with any one. If you pick Java, then later on also you can take Python, because both are object oriented programming programming languages. So you can take one language and learn, and later on when you have enough enough control or enough practice with Java, then you can choose Python also. Or if you are choosing Python, then later on you can learn Java. But if you are going for the interviews, it is very important to understand you are able to explain logic, and the things which I had just mentioned above. So those things, if you are able to mention, then that's more than enough. That was all in this particular video. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have more questions or doubts, you can let me know in the comments. And if you want to talk to me, you can book the call with me. And also, if you want this roadmap, you can get the link in the comment and pinned comment and in the description. From there you can get this SDET roadmap for you. So that was all. I'll see you in the next one.